have exceeded the speed limit. Please slow down. You have exceeded the speed limit. Please slow down. You have exceeded the speed limit. Please slow down.
Motherfucker slick, but he got caught slipping. How you say you G when you speaking on my name? This out to them bitches who they claim they in a gang.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen, your dick of the week.
Daydream, I fell asleep amid the flowers for a couple of hours.
The numbers up, you have to go. System says I told you so. Stocked in a plane like a truckload of cattle. Sent off to slaughter in a useless battle. Dozens of us sent off to die. Never really knowing why. Fuck the system, they can't have me. I don't need society.
What's up, you auto-tuned queefs? Welcome to another special episode of the BDC show. And due to my laziness in last week's episode, I forgot to give you the mileage count through October since I've been on my own. Brace yourselves, it's a big number. So since July the 2nd through October 31st, I've driven 37,610 miles. Holy shit, right? Well, remember when I got this new truck? It had 26 miles on the odometer, and just the other day, I passed 10,000. Stick that in your ass and smoke it, ya filthy fart knockers. So as you can see, you caught me doing laundry at the Loves in Marion, Illinois. I had a scary moment traversing the parking lot with my laundry basket. A tornado siren started going off hella loud, and I had to Google whether or not it was a test. I ain't trying to fuck with no tornado. These two Somalian-looking truck drivers were literally standing in the fuel island spinning around trying to determine where the sound was coming from. I don't know they were Somalians, but they had the big heads and bugged-out eyes that kind of give it away. After I finish this laundry, I'm gonna go fuck up the bathroom and then grab a shower. I waited until later in the morning for everyone else to leave. Dispatch has me on a repeating route for the rest of the week, and it involves mostly driving at night. That's cool with me. The only thing that is going to be a pain in my ass will be finding parking. I'm going to be starting at around 5 in the evening and stopping around 4. Thanks to daylight savings time having recently reared its ugly head, that means I'm going to be in the dark for all of it. I was kind of insulted when they first laid this plan on me. The first thing they asked was how comfortable I was driving in the dark. Man, I will drive this thing through the roughest neighborhoods, the busiest cities, and the wildest weather. I'll fucking drive it anywhere. I ate a chopped cheese while crossing the George Washington Bridge from New York into New Jersey. I'm a bad motherfucker with a steering wheel in my hands, but it's cool that they don't have the same confidence in me that I do in myself. I get to prove it to them. In my opinion, there are few things as professionally satisfying as making doubters, haters, and dipshits eat their words. As a great man once said, you can take me, but you cannot take my bunghole. So the weather has been getting colder and colder. It's even snowing in the mountains out west. They don't ever send us out there, though. We have automatic trucks, and there's no way they are going over the Rockies. My Malibu barely made it when I drove to Indiana. But I bought a pack of water and some canned food that I'm saving for emergencies, like if I get snowed in somewhere. I saw a video from last year where truckers were stuck in the mountains when a blizzard unexpectedly hit. Not me, baby. I'm not gonna get caught slipping. So since we are on the night shift tip, I got a little sleep and just stare out the window. Nothing else to do but wait. Southern Illinois seems really boring to me. It's hard to judge a place based on local truck stop activity, but that's my 2 cents. So this route will have me going from here to northern Kentucky like 6 times over the next 6 days. I'm actually kind of psyched for it. I always wanted to drive only at night if I had a choice in the matter. Count Truckula. You never see me outside in the sunlight. I always do aerial recon of places before I go there. You know, so I can get a good idea of what backing into docks will be like. Some of these places are hella tight, like the Walmart distribution center in Auburndale, Florida. That place is tighter than, well, you know what I mean. Let's keep this clean. For God's sake, there could be children watching. My point is that you have to do your homework before you go driving into a place. Knowledge is power. France is bacon. Okay, it's story time. Kind of related to what I just said. When I was in middle school, a teacher asked me why education was important, and I shrugged and said, because knowledge is power? The teacher looked at me and said, Francis Bacon. I didn't get it. And for years I thought that was the full quote. Knowledge is power, Francis Bacon. Anytime someone said knowledge is power, I'd shoot them finger guns and say Francis Bacon. So fast forward to high school. On the first day of classes, I walk into a room, and this poster on a bulletin board stopped me in my tracks. On it was one of those old-timey dudes with a powdered wig, and next to the quote, knowledge is power. It turns out that Francis Bacon was actually the person who coined the phrase. I thought they were saying that the nation of France was a pork product. I had no idea. And it baffles me that no one ever stopped and corrected me. They just gave me a look like I was completely out of my mind. Even teachers. Thanks a lot, you guys. So this new semi-dedicated route started off awesome. I was driving west through Illinois with a beautiful background like the one you see here. Man, Mother Nature truly is an artist, and sometimes she likes to show off her work. But then I got to the shipper, and there was some clerical confusion. They assigned me the wrong load number, and it was a pain in the ass getting that sorted out, but then I got word that things were going from bad to worse. How can that be, you ask? Roll the footage, Daddy-O.
It appears that a UPS jet has exploded on the runway on takeoff out of the Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. We don't know how many injuries, but police are saying there are injuries. We want to warn you before we show you this. There's video that we've just received of the plane as it was trying to take off. So here it is. This is the UPS jet about an hour or so ago. You can see it in the middle of your screen. It's trying to take off. There's a fire in the front of the plane. And we're going to stay with this, and you can see that it just explodes there before it can really get airborne. And this happened about an hour or so ago. That's why there's a 5-mile shelter in place around the airport.
Well, my delivery was literally on the grounds of that airport, so that means I am unable to deliver it. I was starting to think this run was cursed. Now I am convinced. I got some more raw footage for you. This was taken by someone sitting at a stoplight right next to the airport. Apparently, debris and flames from the crash hit several buildings nearby, including the one I am supposed to be delivering to. Also hit was some kind of petroleum supply center, which created a further fire and environmental hazard. I also got some aerial footage coming up here taken by some doofus in a news helicopter. He got some good shots though, I will give him that. But those fumes gotta be killer. So this is the biggest goddamn clusterfuck in the history of clusterfucks. I don't want to make it all about me, but I got diverted to a drop yard in the Louisville area. And now, I'm in some kind of holding pattern until dispatch can figure out what to do next. I know they got a fat wad of bullshit to deal with, but I want to ask if we get detention pay for this. If my wheels aren't turning, I'm not earning. And I feel bad for the killed and wounded in this situation. But Daddy needs a new pair of shoes. I can't just sit around here sucking in burning jet fuel with my dick in my hand just pissing in the wind. This janky-ass drop yard doesn't even have any vending machines. There are 3 portable toilets set up. It's totally gross here. But hey, you gotta remember to take a deep breath and just look at this as some much-needed me time. Even though there is a shelter in place in effect, I snuck into the yard under the cover of darkness late the previous night. I was looking at the map after I dropped my trailer and shut down for the night. I realized that dispatch had me drive right through that shelter-in-place zone. I'm not shocked that I didn't get hassled over it. I'm sure the local police have enough to deal with. There was a steady stream of guys pulling into the yard all night, dropping their trailers and then parking for the night. This place got filled up quick. I don't know how the hell dispatch is gonna unfuck this situation. All I can say is, I'm glad I'm a lowly driver right now. I wouldn't want to have to deal with angry shippers and receivers. Those ass clowns don't care about plane crashes or anything else. They just want their shit sent out or delivered. The last update I heard was that 7 people were dead and about 24 wounded. I also heard that 2 people at a nearby business are missing. That's absolute crazy work. This smoke was even creeping toward the southern Indiana border, causing issues for those corn-poking farmers down there. Totally insane. So I walked down to the Mickey D's since I'm basically stranded in the hood. But before we get into that, I saved the best piece of footage from the plane crash yesterday for last. If those others were raw, then this one is the raw dog. Check this out and then I'll shut up about it. Alright, there you go. So I walked a mile down the road from the drop yard to get something to eat. I also bought some cigarettes at the most secure liquor store I've ever seen. Triple pane tempered glass and fencing all around. Those windows in there could probably take a point-blank shotgun blast, maybe even a rocket launcher. Who knows? But I was walking thinking it looked like a nice neighborhood. And then when I got to the intersection, it was like downtown Sarajevo. I just puffed my chest out and acted like I walked through this neighborhood 7 days a week and twice on Sundays. I'm also a man kept warm by intense internal rage, so I would welcome any kind of confrontation. My knife was on my belt loop. I didn't have anything better to do, so I started exploring. The door was unlocked to this drop yard warehouse, so I ventured inside. It was completely abandoned. A thick layer of dust on the floor. But seriously, I went in search of a toilet. This is why you always carry baby wipes. Not just to keep your bunghole clean, but you might have to wipe down a surface that you wouldn't want to put your bare ass cheeks on. With these portable toilets, I always worry about snakes and insects. You never know what could be crawling around in there. The harsh truth about being a truck driver is that you're going to have to take a shit in some sketchy bathrooms. Like, remember a few episodes ago in Kansas? That composting toilet? I noticed on the sticker that these hadn't been emptied since the middle of September. But I don't have a choice. There isn't another bathroom around for at least a mile. Sometimes you have to swallow your pride and say, fuck it. But hey, at least you guys get to come with me. And you know me, I'll give you the full experience. One you'll never forget. There it is. Check out this face I'm making. That's a face you make only when you're pinching the sweetest loaf. That's how you know that you're really scraping the insides of your intestines, vacuating your bowels like if the building was on fire. After that, I went off to find a place to chill and soak up the sun. I can only spend so much time in the sleeper compartment. I gotta get some vitamin D. And what was interesting was, while I was doing that, my phone rang. It was dispatch. They said that the receiver was open again, but I would have to wait until 1 in the morning to deliver it. So I guess it's more time on layover pay. I did end up asking about that, and the company is gonna pay us for sitting around. I've been getting paid since about 1:30 last night, and I haven't driven a single mile. So remind me again why you think this isn't the greatest job in the world. It'll be interesting to see how this airport looks. I've heard planes taken off today, so I guess it's open. But honestly, I wouldn't mind getting moving again. If I was in a nice rest area or a truck stop, I probably wouldn't feel that way. I could stay there indefinitely. But this place doesn't even have a water fountain, so, yeah. Let's get the fuck out of here. I guess the plan is to continue doing this loop for the next week or so, which is fine with me. Miles are miles. Now we just need UPS to stop dropping planes out of the sky and we won't have any problems. Oh wait, didn't I say that I wouldn't mention that again? I did, didn't I? Oh well, I'm not gonna go back and fix it. You'll just have to get over it because I already did. But anyway, we gotta do some commercials, so maybe we should go ahead and take a break anyway. But stick around. After the break, we'll finally get moving again.
Who driving this bus? You better mess me up. Better beat you up.
When it's least expected, you're elected, you're the star today. Smile, you're on Game Boy camera. It's fun to look at yourself as other people do. How's your sense of humor? There's a rumor, laughter's on its way. Smile, you're on Game Boy camera.
Yes, with Game Boy camera, you can turn photography into photography.
Smile, you're on Game Boy camera.
New York, 1997. The entire city is a walled maximum security prison. The bridges are mined. The rivers are patrolled. And the United States Police Force has everything under control.
Down! I'm going in.
John Carpenter's Escape from New York, the high adventure of the future. One man must go in where no man has ever gotten out. John Carpenter's Escape from New York, the greatest escape of them all, is about to blow the future apart.
Hi, I'm Timothy Prescott. I bet you're wondering how I ended up like this. Well, it all started when I took just one hit.
Hey, smoke this joint with me, bro.
I'm so high.
Hey, you good, bro?
Hey. You're really cute. I was never a homo saxophone. The weed turned me gay. Now I'm out here all alone, so I don't infect others. I wish I had never smoked pot.
The song is called Fuck You
And if y'all don't like it, you can kick rocks, you bunch of bastards. 1, 2, 3, hit it.
How do I open this liquor bottle?
Oh, here we go. What are you drinking?
I don't know. It's called a HPNOTIQ.
Oh, Hypnotic. I think it's vodka.
Yeah. It's like a vodka tonic, and then I can't figure out how to get the cap off. Oh,
it's a cork.
Oh, fuck.
Is it wine?
Oh, the twist top.
Did you spill it on yourself?
No, it's half drunk. It was just the last alcoholic thing in the fridge. After Angry Orchard.
Gross.
I know.
It's like the Arby's of beer.
Dude, what? Angry Orchard is the Arby's of beer, or Hypnotic is the Angry Arby's of beer?
No, man, fucking.
Angry Orchard is the Arby's of beer, right? Okay.
No.
No.
Wait a minute. What I'm trying to say is that Angry Orchard is the Arby's of beers.
Yeah. And Hypnotic is not involved.
Hypnotic is not involved because I don't know enough about it to make a judgment.
And
but it does. But based on the way it's spelled, I wouldn't likely drink it.
Well, believe me, I wouldn't be likely drinking it either if it wasn't in my fridge. It literally says, made with an exquisite blend of premium vodka, cognac, and natural tropical.
Oh shit!
fruit.
Oh my god!
Did you just set off the alarm?
I did. Right. I walked out right in front of the fucking juggernaut.
Fuck it. If you can make it to the gate, dude,
I'm going.
Crap. I'm not targeting anything. I'm set. Oh wait, are you dead?
I might be.
No, you're full.
I just got a melee kill.
I'm sitting by the gate, dude.
I'm coming. Just give me a fucking second.
I will. I'll try. I got the juggernaut right on me. I gotta throw some grenades.
Oh!
Die. Oh! Fuck you, bitches! Fuck you, bitches! I'm throwing grenades like a bitch. Motherfuckers.
A what?
Welcome back to the BDC show. So we finally got the hell out of Louisville and dropped our load at the receiver. We dropped that load right on their face, gluing their eyelids shut. Aside from one street blocked off by the cops, I didn't see anything wrong with the airport. Don't take my word for anything. It was the middle of the night. The receiver was super tight. They were like, just drop it anywhere, which is usually a good sign. But even with that, I had a hard time finding a spot. I hope their yard jockey is up for a challenge. But as I've said before, this is a repeating route, so we will be back tomorrow and I'll see if my trailer is still in the same place. So immediately after that, I had to run back to the drop yard and pick up an empty, because the receiver didn't have anything ready to go back. I don't know why the picture comes out like this when I film at night. I don't know if it's my camera settings or the windshield being dirty, but it always comes out like I am filming underwater. But it's all good. 99% of my episodes are staring out the windshield. As we started making our way west, I spotted the UPS building at the Louisville airport. I wonder if they have one of those that has been X amount of days since we last had an accident posters. But if they do, they might want to update that shit. I shouldn't joke about that. People died. But that's just my sense of humor. Anyone who knows me knows that. In my mind, nothing is off limits. The Holocaust and 9/11? That shit's funny 24/7. So like I said, it was back to the yard to pick up an empty trailer. Karma for my sick sense of humor caused me to almost high hook it. It looked low enough to me, and I even got out and looked with my handy-dandy flashlight, and I still nearly fucked it up from the start. But you know me, I was able to work it out. So from there, it's basically up to Interstate 64 out of Kentucky and across southern Indiana into Illinois. The road is kind of bumpy, and there's construction zones that make one's butthole pucker. But no way stations and very few state troopers out there. Dare I say it might be my favorite interstate at the moment. It was nice to finally stop at a truck stop and use a proper bathroom and pick up some supplies. It's just a short little drive, so no worries. My only problem would be finding parking, but I know a spot. There is a rest area about 40 miles from where I'm going that seems like it isn't ever used. Perhaps it is because the ice cream machine is broken. I'm serious. They have these ice cream machines at some rest areas. I had a mint chocolate chip Klondike the other day. It was the bomb. I like this route, except for the fact that there are these long gaps of time between picking up and dropping off. I'll probably stop at dawn, and I can't deliver until 11:30 that night. I'm leaving a lot of time on the table. I guess it doesn't matter though. I'll make my final determination when I see my paycheck, I guess. But I prefer long runs with long miles between the shipper and the receiver. I kinda hate sitting around doing nothing. I gotta keep moving. But I do like being out here at night. There were long stretches where I had no cars in front or behind me. I can turn my brights on and just roll for miles. Turn on some good music and just catch some vibes. That's the way this job should be, in my opinion. I don't know how all these old truckers became so salty and bitter. This job has no coworkers, no boss watching you too closely, and you can listen to your music as loud as you like. You could even play 2 live crew at max volume and no one would hassle you. I have an Amazon Music account, so it's an eclectic mix of every kind of music you could think of. So I'll go from 80s pop to grunge to hard house to soothing yacht rock. Christopher Cross is criminally underrated. MTV really ruined his career. His song Ride Like the Wind is a must for any viable playlist, especially if you're listening to it while you're driving. It's crazy how MTV is about to go off the air. Crazy shit. I mean, like, I distinctly remember being a little kid, like 5 or 6 years old, seeing MTV for the first time. This was in like 1984 or 1985. For you Gen Z viewers out there, the late 1900s. But I say it all went downhill when MTV stopped showing music videos. I realize that kinda goes without saying. People just go to YouTube to watch music videos these days. But anyway, I'm in this pickle park in eastern Illinois, and I decided to go inside to use their bathroom. A pickle park is trucker slang for a rest area, by the way. But anyway, so I'm here at this pickle park and I decided to go inside to use their bathroom. It's a nice rest area, like I mentioned before. The ice cream machine doesn't work, but that's no biggie for me. The grounds are well maintained and there is plenty of parking. They call them pickle parks because this is where lonely drivers go to meet people to play with their pickle. If you've ever seen There's Something About Mary, you know what I mean. But I go into the bathroom and go into the last stall and check this shit out. The doors are insanely small and low. Anyone over 6 foot tall could very easily look over the top at me popping a squat without having to get up on their tippy toes. Just turn their head and look right over the top. What the fuck, Illinois? Oh, don't mind me, I'm just taking a shit in here. Pull out your camera and take a picture, it'll last longer. You can show all your friends back home. They wouldn't believe you otherwise. Alright, so we cut through the whole pickup and drop off, and this is us leaving Louisville. And by us, I mean me. It was a total pain in the ass. Because of all the shit going down at the airport, the yard was swamped. The guys at the gate even told me, drop it anywhere, it's a mess. So I took his advice and found a spot that was about 54 feet long and dropped my trailer. Then I went to get my return trailer when I was approached by security and was told that I couldn't leave my trailer where I'd left it. I explained that the dude told me to drop it anywhere. But I guess what he meant to say was drop it anywhere but there. So I had to go back and get it and move it, which was next to fucking impossible, but I did it. I found another spot, this one actually clearly marked. So if they had a problem with that, they could move it themselves. I grabbed my return trailer and got the hell out of there. Bunch of ball-washing bastards. I drove all morning across southern Indiana and into Illinois again. I found out that I couldn't do my next pickup until the 9th, so I guess I'm down for the weekend. No complaints here. It's not like I have a choice. Here's a shot of me leaving Louisville over the Ohio River. I don't know what the name of this bridge is, but it goes over the Ohio River. This is Interstate 64. Too bad it's not Interstate 67, am I right? But anyway, this is our episode for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was actually one of the ones I had a good time making. Make sure you tune in next week, where we will have more ha-has for you to tell your friends about. Also, our 50th episode is coming up in a couple of weeks, so you'll want to stay tuned for that. I'm not sure what kind of shenanigans I will have planned, but you know that I will come up with something. I always do. Quality is the one thing you can always count on with this channel. Oh wait, there was one other thing I wanted to tell you guys. Dick Cheney died earlier this week, probably at the reality of an Arab socialist becoming the mayor of New York City. 9/11 was just 24 years ago, and despite those people saying they'd never forget, they obviously forgot. I don't care either way. I don't live in that shithole. I drive through it occasionally, but that's it. But I'm sure that somewhere the ghosts of Karl Marx and Lenin are pumping their ghost fists in the air. There is no class but the working class, sure. But all the millionaires are just going to leave New York, and the working class will foot the bill for the tax increases. I've seen this show before. Anyway, see you scallywags next week.